keep in mind when you're doing this job after you're done, you're going to want to go to a local garage and have the vehicle aligned so you don't have premature tire wear. I'm going to take the wheel off, use a 17mm socket. Take these lug studs off. So I'm going to hold the wheel on. Take that stud off and then grab the wheel, take it off. We're going to take this shield off. There's all these screws all along here. They're 8mm. There should be one there, and then the same on the other side. Use an 8mm socket. Take all these out. All right, and then just pull this down, slide it back. I'm going to take this axle nut off. I'm going to use a chisel and just bend these tabs back over so that I can loosen up the nut. I'll use a 36mm 12-point socket. Remove the nut. And I'll just take a punch so I don't mess up the threads. Just give the axle a tap, try to break it free from the hub. You don't have to press it completely out, just get it loose. All right, to get this axle out, you need to move the knuckle forward. What you can do is either take this ball joint out, which sometimes is difficult if you don't have the proper tools, or you can take this bolt out and just swing the whole arm. All right, now I'm going to use a 16mm wrench to hold the bolt and an 18mm socket. Remove the nut. Give it a tap. Try not to mess up the threads on the end of it. Slide that out. Just take a pry bar, just get in between here, just pry it out. There we go. All right, now just move the knuckle out and just slide the axle out right there. Take these two little bolts out. I'm going to use a 8mm socket. Then I'm going to take these bolts out. There's 4 of them. I'm going to use a 16mm socket. When I get to the last one, I am going to support this. And slide this down. All right, now from back here, I'm going to take a punch and just try to get an area where you can hit it. And just give it a tap. There's a snap ring in there. You're trying to get it to pop out of the snap ring. There we go, got it to pop. Get a drain bucket underneath just in case anything comes out. Just use a pry bar, just slide the axle. Be careful of the seal if you're going to reuse it. A little bit of fluid came out, not too bad. That's where the snap ring clip is, right there. All right, take the new axle. If you want to, you can put some lubrication on the end just to help the splines go in a little better. And just line it up. Try not to hit the seal. And just twist it a little bit. All right, that seems good. All right, carefully, you can use a rubber mallet or a plastic dead blow and just give it a tap. Just be careful. And it's starting to move, so that's good. And when it bottoms out, then just give it a wiggle, make sure that snap ring is snapped in. And that's good. Right, now I'm just gonna, before I put the axle shaft into the the wheel bearing, I'm just going to use a little anti-seize on this area right here. You don't want to use anti-seize on the shaft going in. You want to use more like a grease or even like a Vaseline would work. That's good. That's just to prevent it from rusting in there. All right, I'll just slide this in position. Lined up. It's good. All right, before I put the nut on the axle, let's get this lined up. Let's take a hammer. You can always take a screwdriver. Just get this to line up. There we go. There we go. And put the nut on. I'm going to use a screw jack underneath the control arms to position this control arm so that it's at about ride height level. What is ideal is to have the wheel on it and torque this bolt while the wheel is on the ground, but it's very difficult to do that, so I'm going to use a screw jack and raise it up as close as possible. It's good. I'm going to use a 16mm wrench, 18mm socket, torque this to 74 foot-pounds. All right, after you torque that, you're going to want to go an additional 90 degrees. So you can use an angle meter if you have one. If not, do the best you can. And it's about 90 degrees. Now I can lower the screw jack. Now we're going to take the new nut, get that on. Now to prevent the hub from spinning, I'm just going to take a long screwdriver, slide it into one of the slots in the rotor. Just have it right up against the caliper bracket. And then we're going to torque this nut to 310 foot-pounds. So that the nut doesn't loosen up, there's these little tabs. What you need to do is just take a punch and you just need to pin over the nut, just like this. Just like that, just fold it over a little bit, and then same on this side. All right, take this plate, slide this back in position, and put the bolts in. Now I'll tighten these up. And tighten the little ones up. Now I'll reinstall this panel. Just get it lined up. That's good. Take all the bolts. I'll get those all started first. Now I'll just go around and tighten them all down. Take the wheel, put the wheel back on. Get the lug stud. Now I'm just going to torque these lug bolts to 110 foot-pounds. I'm going to do it in a star pattern so that it tightens the wheel down evenly. And just go around again, double check.